I was at the Smithsonian Institution. It was 1978, and I always wanted to go to Antarctica. I met one gentleman, he was also teaching, but he was the program director of this Polar Research Institute. In other words, he funds all the grant. So his name was Mort Turner. So one day we were chatting, I told Mort that I really wanted to go to Antarctica. Mort said, look, we cannot fund another federal institution like Smithsonian. But if you go to Texas Tech, we'll definitely consider funding and probably you can go to Antarctica. I said, how come? He said, there was a very famous geologist at Texas Tech at that time and he died. And they are really looking for someone who could substitute and assume his positions. I want to show some of my students. It sounds really funny that I came to Lubbock to go to Antarctica. I never met Dr. Wade, but NSF said, look, one thing, you have to finish his work. At least you have to send a final report. And then, once it is done, then I was, ready to pick up my own research. This is Seymour Island, and you can see a huge glacier. These grounds are permafrost, you cannot dig it, it's so difficult. We went with my students to a place called Allen Hill, and we did field work there, spent about 2 months and with my students, and we made a huge collection of plant fossils, probably the best in the nations. This is probably the most iconic fossils. It's a big tree, maybe 20-25 feet, tall, and they only occur in the southern continents. You will never find in North America, in Europe, Greenland. And so that was really the very first clue that yes, continents were joined together. Now come here, maybe you can see something. 150 million years ago, look at here. So India is still attached to Antarctica, okay? This triangle is India, okay? And look very carefully what's happening, moving. And this is the longest journey, 5,000 miles from Antarctica. India is moving, colliding with Asia. And you can see how the Himalayas would be formed. People knew that Antarctica and India were joined together. But when it did break up, when India sort of started moving and colliding with Asia to form the Himalaya, that actually came out from my work on Antarctica. In the third year, we found another place. This is really the peninsula of Antarctica called Seymour Island. And there, that year, we collected very important fossils. These are the last days of the dinosaur. And there we found this sea monster called Plesiosaurs and Mosasaurs, some of them 50-60 feet long. And also we found one of the spectacular specimens, a bird, a flying bird, which lived during the time of dinosaurs, but it could sing. It's so beautiful that the sound box or syrinx is preserved. So there is no doubt it could sing, it could make sound. So you may call it, this is the first singing bird ever discovered. Antarctica, it's very difficult. There may be few places where the rocks are exposed because most are covered by ice. And in ice you cannot do anything. So these 4 expeditions made really our Texas Tech collections one of the premier collections in the nation.